Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Heather Hope with The Inspired Entrepreneur podcast. How are you doing? Happy Monday to you guys. Today is April 5th. If you're new here, welcome. I welcome you. We talk about the law of attraction and business, money, happiness, love, all of those things, like everything that we need in life, right? But I wrote this book with the same name as this podcast, The Inspired Entrepreneur. You can check out the link in the description. It's 366 days of inspiration for the entrepreneur, meaning law of attraction for the business owner. But if you're not a business owner, totally cool. You don't have to be. I know lots of people who listen to this podcast who are not, because it all relates to everything. So, excuse me. So today we're going to talk about lining up with your desires, I believe. Let's just jump into this because my dinner is going to be done in like 20 minutes. So I need to go. Okay. April 5th, guys. So I'm going to read the message from my book. If you didn't know, this is a daily podcast and that goes right along with this book. We have until I started it September 1st. So there's a lot of episodes that are already out. So I'll be here till August 31st. Got a little ways to go. Okay, let me read it. As soon as my energy is aligned with my desires, I'll be jumping up and out the door to live more life. You have to get your energy going. You have to get into alignment. You have to calibrate to source. Then it becomes easy. Okay. So back a couple of years ago, I used to do this thing called writing your reality. And I used to do these affirmations in my notebook, in my journal every morning of like, I am a badass. I am a rock star. I am blah, blah, blah. Like a list of things. Like I am whatever. Every day I did that. And then I would read them out loud. And I would read them with some passion. And it would get my energy going so much, exactly, because this was written back then, I'm sure, or soon after. I'll be jumping up and out the door to live more life. Like I was just on fire, like kind of a slight manic energy, which can be really awesome and exciting and productive. So it's really great. Okay. But I said yesterday that I have this example. So a lot of you know that I'm getting my real estate license. I was a realtor like 20 years ago and had my license for a few years and did my own. I like to do my own deals. I actually only do my own deals because that's just me and my personality. I think I do a lot better job. I've used realtors that sucked so much that it pushed me to get my own real estate license back 20 years ago. And that's just how I am. I like to be in control. I'm sure a lot of you can relate that sometimes we just do a better job. But it is what it is. So now I'm jumping into real estate. I'm doing a lot of things right now, but that is one of the things that I'm excited about doing in my life. So I completed my course because, after 10 years, you have to take the course over again. And so I completed the course and I took the final exam on Friday. I took it once before a couple of weeks ago and I missed it by like 2 points. I had a really bad time with the proctor because I have to be proctored online, which really sucked. It was a terrible experience, very stressful. And I only missed by 2 points, which I was expecting to pass. Like I wouldn't have taken the exam if I didn't think I was going to pass because I know this stuff. I've known this stuff for 20 years. So it's nothing new. None of this stuff is new to me. None of it. Not a single word is new to me. So, but it's just kind of remembering it good enough or well enough to pass an exam, right? And it's a lot. So anyway, so Friday, I was scheduled to take my exam again on Friday. And, I've studied a lot more. So I had this inspiration to get out this piece of paper and write write as if it's already done. Okay. I'm going to read this to you because it progresses and it ends up being exactly how I felt after I took the exam. And I reread it again like this morning, and I was like, holy crap, this was the result. Like everything that I had written a couple hours before the exam. So I wrote this and then I took a nap because I knew I needed to take a nap because I think naps are amazing. They're a reboot. Like you can get back up and be like, yes, I'm ready to go again, because that's what we need. We need rest, and then we can go again. Okay, let me read it. I am passing this final today. I am so happy and grateful that I passed this exam today. I am so happy that I passed my exam today. I am excited that I passed my exam today. I know, repetition, but it gets better. I am so happy that I passed today. My test was actually pretty easy. I got the questions I know. I am so happy that things are clicking for me. I am so good at this. I am smart and can figure things out. It's super easy. The test was easy. Well, that was easy. My exam was easy. I know almost all the answers. I'm excited to move forward to the next step. I love this. Okay, so that's what I wrote. And I'm telling you, that's how I felt after the exam. I did pass. I passed like 10 points higher than the last time I took it. And I was just really happy. Really, so I did that. I decided yesterday before the exam, I decided that I was going to get the easy exam. Does that make sense? Like I'm going to get the exam with the questions that I know. Like I'm going to know the answers to the questions that I get. Like we decide our reality. We choose our reality, guys. So I'm in the group with all these people who are also trying to pass the exams and everything. And I hear a lot of things. Read a lot of things that people believe, like they're terrible test takers and they can't get past this score and all this. Oh, it's so awful. So I truly know that I get to create my own reality. So I chose the reality of I'm getting the questions that I know. I'm getting the test that's easy for me. I have source energy. I have flowing through me. I have real estate experts, non-physical real estate experts who were with me to take this exam. I know, like my family. So my father's side of my family are all into real estate. They're all millionaires and they're all in real estate. They've all been investors. They're actually investors. None of them were agents or anything, but my father's a real estate investor. My grandfather was a real estate investor. My great grandfather was too. Everybody was into real estate and everybody was a multimillionaire. And so that's my family. But, so I have them as well. Like I have Abraham, I have everybody on my side while I took this test, and I was calm as a cucumber because I always am. Like I don't forget about anything anymore. I've practiced the vibration of chilling out because I know that if I chill out, everything will work out. That's why I do it because I know it works. So I took this exam and I didn't think it was that bad. I really didn't. There was like very little math. And the math that was I laughed because it was so stupid. It was stupid, easy math, basic math that we learned in elementary school. So it was pretty easy. And so I got done with it and I was like, oh, wow, that wasn't so bad. And I just felt really incredible. But, so that is the power of like the pre-paving. The speaking what you want. You tell the universe how you want it to unfold. You decide. You choose your own reality. You choose your reality. You don't. If you're one of those people that are like, I'm a terrible test taker. Well, guess what? You're creating your reality by saying that. I was told years ago by someone because, I was a licensed therapist and I was a licensed realtor and whatever else. And I was in a doctorate program at the time. I was working on my PhD in clinical psychology. And it was an in-law from my previous marriage, a guy who's not very smart and his wife's even dumber than him, but he was smarter than her, but they were just not totally the brightest bulbs in the bunch. Well, nobody in that family really was, but he's like, he stopped me one day and he's like, you must be a really good test taker because, like, like, when you're licensed and things, you got to take state exams and pass and do all the work and all that. And then being in a doctorate program, like I didn't finish, I was in 2 doctorate programs in my life and I didn't finish either one for a couple of reasons. The last one I didn't because it was actually mind-body psychology, basically, a doctorate at ASU. I ran out of student loans. That one I ran out. I was in my previous relationship, so it was difficult to balance everything. But I ran out of student loans. I would have continued because I found it enjoyable and it's fairly relatable to me now. But anyway, just to get into doctorate programs is an accomplishment, right? So, but not to toot my own horn, but I said that to my husband yesterday. I'm like, even though I didn't finish them, I did get into them. And that was a lot of work to begin with. There's a lot to that. So, but when he said that to me, when he said, you must be a good test taker, I never thought about it before. I just never really thought about it before. I never labeled myself as a bad test taker. There's like one thing that I know that I needed to work on the past couple of months during all of this was the one thing that I knew was I knew I needed to read the question fully and I needed to read each answer fully. Get what I'm saying? I'm not going to say what that creates, right? I need to read everything thoroughly because sometimes it didn't happen that way. And I'd miss something because I missed a word, those important words like not and false and all. So I knew that. I knew I needed to take my time, don't rush through it because I'm a rusher. When I take tests and I rush through them like it's a timed, like the first one done. I was always the first one done with tests, like in college and stuff. I would always be the first one done, like it was a competition or something. And I typically got pretty good grades. In college, I got really good grades. Before college, not at all. But so I needed to slow down because it's not a race. I have lots of time. I needed to read thoroughly because these type of tests are a bit tricky. If you're not paying attention to one little tiny word, you're going to be done. So I know that. So anyway, so I pre-paved this. I said what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I wanted an easy test. I wanted a test that I knew the answers to. Well, like who doesn't, right? Instead of saying I'm a terrible test taker and I can't get past 60% or I can't do, all these things that everybody else says, I'm just like, no, I want a test that I know all the answers to. And I got that test. And I got the answers. So there you go. So do that anytime with anything, with any circumstance, anything that you might have a little bit of a worry about, write it out how I did it, like after the fact, right? I felt into that. I am passing this final today. So that was the first statement. I am passing it. So it hasn't happened yet, right? And then I quickly changed it to I'm so happy and grateful that I passed this exam today. I'm so happy that I passed. So I got myself into the end result, which was passing. And then I got more detailed about it was actually pretty easy. And I said those words after it, not even remembering that I wrote them. It was actually pretty easy. It wasn't difficult. Somebody asked me in the group because I had announced it. Hey, I passed. Somebody's like, how bad was it? I'm like, it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? Like, that's like everybody else has got this like negative thing of like, oh my God, it's so, the whole common thing of like, for the licensing exam, like it's not a common thing to pass on the first try, but a ton of people do pass on the first try, but it's this thing that has been created in people's mindset that it's common to fail. And it's like, no, I only want to do it once. I don't know about the rest of you. I only want to do this once. And I don't schedule things until I know for a fact that I'm going to pass it. Because I don't like to not pass things. I don't like to not pass exams. To me, it's a waste of time. I kind of feel that way. It's kind of like, I don't like going through like a letdown or, go through all of this to not pass. Like, that's just not, to me, that's just a waste of time, energy, effort. Me, I have to drive down to Phoenix to take the in-person exam. So anyways, I'm going to schedule it ASAP. As soon as I'm able to, I'm going to schedule it and I'm going to pass it because I know this stuff. It clicked too. And that's what I said about in my little note here that I said this. I wrote, I'm so happy that things are clicking for me. Because I know that at a certain point, there's a tipping point of learning something for me that at a certain point, it clicks. And then I know it. Like I went through this with pre-algebra all throughout high school of like clicking. And then it like unclicks and then it clicks again. But I know I did this when I was learning about mortgages a few months ago. It was a lot of information. And then there was a tipping point of like, yes, and now I know this. I get it now. It's just enough studying, enough confidence, enough, not worried about anything or anything, that it will click. And so last night or this morning, I can't remember when, I think it was this morning, I was laying in bed with my husband and I was saying, God, it feels so good that it's clicked for me. Like, it's just like, I get it. Like, I know this stuff now. Like, I know it. Before it was just a lot of information that's like, oh my God, I wasn't getting everything perfect, Anyway, so I just know. And so that's what I wrote and I forgot. Like, I read it this morning. I was like, hey, I wrote all this stuff that I just said last night and this morning. So it's pretty cool stuff. So that's how you create your reality right there. You line up with it. What do you want as the outcome of something? Line up with it. That's all I did. I studied a lot yesterday and I lined up with it. It was like very equal amounts of studying and lining up. Confidence, feeling good, knowing that I'm going to pass this, knowing that I have infinite source intelligence running through me. I have real estate experts with me to help me answer these questions. And there it was right before I clicked launch exam. I was like, okay, guys, let's do this. I got everybody with me now. Like I just talked. Okay, I got to go eat dinner because I smell it and it's been almost 20 minutes. So have an amazing Monday, guys. I will be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.